Hey guys, a warm welcome once again to Learn Political Science. Before we start, let me tell you that today's video on post-behavioralism is essentially linked to my previous video on behavioralism. It might give you a better insight if you first watch behavioralism followed by post-behavioralism. So based on what we have understood from our previous video on behavioralism, there has been much stress on objectivity, and as such, critics have argued that the rise of behavioralism has made political science a barren land with no output. Although it made remarkable achievements in the field of research and introduced empirical method of inquiry, by the 1960s, even the exponents of behavioralism realized that its strict adherence to pure science was responsible for its failure to attend the pressing social and political issues of the period. In 1969, David Easton himself, in his presidential address to the American Political Science Association, announced a new revolution in political science, a post-behavioral revolution that represented a shift of focus from strict methodological issues to a greater concern with public responsibilities of the discipline and with political problems. David Easton said that post-behavioralism was a genuine revolution, not a reaction, a reform, not a counter-reformation. Post-behavioralism was not going back to traditionalism, but it was an effort to strike a balance between the extreme views of traditionalism and behavioralism. In other words, it was a task of preserving traditional values with more scientific temperament. Next, we will look at the Credo of Relevance. David Easton highlighted 7 tenets of post-behavioralism as its Credo of Relevance. Number 1, substance must precede the technique. It is more important to be relevant and meaningful for contemporary urgent problems than to be sophisticated in the tools of investigation. Number 2, emphasis is on social change. Post-behavioralists focus on social change, rather on status quo as championed by behavioralists. Number 3. To be close to reality. Post-behavioralists' main objective was to use knowledge for reshaping the society. Number 4. Values not to be neglected. It has to be restored to the central position for using knowledge for right goals and results. Number 5. Responsibility of political scientists. They further believed that there couldn't be value-fact dichotomy in absolute terms. Their logic was that all knowledge stood on value premises. Number 6. Demand for contemplative science. Behavioral inquiry must reach out to real needs of mankind in the time of crisis. Number 7. Politicization. Political scientists have to make society move in the direction of these goals. The politicization would become inevitable. So based on the above points, one can assume that the post-behavioral revolution does not deny the importance of technical proficiency in search of reliable knowledge, but they would accept that to achieve this end, the political scientist should not isolate himself from the practical concern of the society. Consequently, post-behavioralism heralded the revival of concern with values without compromising scientific method for the study of facts. Now, let us look into some of the previous year questions. Which of the following statement is not true? Traditional political theory is qualitative, behavioral political theory is quantitative, post-behavioral political theory is both qualitative and quantitative, post-behavioral theory is ethnocentric, focuses especially on Western democracies. Here, the answer is number 4. Post-behavioral political theory is ethnocentric is not true. Next, which one of the following statement is not true? Classical political theory is qualitative, behavioral political theory is quantitative, post-behavioral political theory is both qualitative and quantitative, behavioral theory is not specially concerned with Anglo-American. Here, the answer is number 4. Behavioral theory is not specially concerned with Anglo-American model is false because it was primarily developed from the experience of the Western political system. Who among the following said that post-behavioralism was a genuine revolution, not a reaction, a becoming, not a preservation, a reform, not a counter-reformation? James Bryce, Charles E. Merriam, David Easton, or J. A. Elman? Here, the answer is simple, David Easton. Number 3, David Easton said the following. With which approach broadly would you associate the following statement? All power requires knowledge, and all knowledge relies on and reinforces existing power relations. Normative theory, empirical theory, postmodernism, or post-behavioralism? Answer is number 3, postmodernism. Next, which one among the following statements is true? Behavioralism is based on stimulus response paradigm. Post-behavioralism consists of 7 tenets. Post-behavioralism wholly negates behavioralism. There are no differences between behaviorism and behavioralism. Here the answer is post-behavioralism consists of 7 tenets. Number B. Next, which among the following statement is not correct? Post-behavioral political theory interrelates value and fact. Post-behavioral political theory is ethnocentric. It is tied to action and relevancy. Post-behavioral political theory is change-oriented. Here, the answer is number B. Post-behavioral political theory is ethnocentric is not correct. Last, Credo of Relevance is the main slogan of behavioralism, post-behavioralism, post-liberalism, postmodernism. Answer is number B, post-behavioralism. So that was the end of our video on post-behavioralism. I hope it has been helpful. Kindly share and subscribe to our channel for more educational videos. Thank you.